Good morning, Kirk here. I thought I would take a little time out this morning while I was enjoying some coffee after coming back from hunting. Got to see some pretty animals this morning. Nothing I really want to shoot at, but it was a beautiful morning to be out and about in God's country. Uh, Talk about a cartridge today that it's not one of those cartridges that I have in a rifle. It's not a cartridge that you see very often, but it's a cartridge that I would just love to have in a rifle. Just because it's just that scratch that little itch. And that cartridge is the 6.5 Remington Magnum. A little bit more powerful than my Swede, a little bit more powerful than the Creedmoor 260. In fact, this cartridge has almost identical ballistics to the 6.5 PRC, and it's about 60 years old. This cartridge was developed 66, 67, and was released in the Model 600 Remington rifle, which had a funky little plastic rib on top of it, and a little short 18.5-inch barrel. They made it in a bunch of calibers, including the 350 Remington Magnum, which is another one I would love to have. But then they came out with the 600 Mohawk, and they produced that up until about 1980. So from 67, 68 to about 1980 was when they produced those. In 1969 or 70, they also made a batch of them in the Remington 700. They made about 1,500 out of them, I believe. In the 2000s, early 2000s, they reintroduced the 673, I believe, guide gun, and with a 20-inch barrel. And they made it in 308, 300 some short action ultra mag, and 6.5 rim mag, and 350 rim mag. So why would I want this cartridge? I mean, well, think about it. My 6.5 Swede and the Creedmoor run in the 2650 to 2750 range. Now, even out of the little bitty 18.5-inch barrel, that 6.5 rim mag is going to have more oomph than the 6.5 Creedmoor or any of those other ones. I mean, the 6.5 PRC is going to be up there with it, but I don't think you're ever going to see that in an 18.5 to 20-inch barrel. So I would like to have one of little short rifles, just because I hunt in the woods, and to be able to take, say, a 120 grain triple shock and run it at close to 3,000 feet a second out of an 18-inch barrel rifle. 18.5-inch barrel rifle would be wonderful to shoot whitetails in the woods with, which is what I generally do, is shoot whitetails over short food plots and in the woods. So I think that will be a really neat rifle. I wouldn't mind having it that in the slightly longer, the 20-inch barrel, but still, it's just one of those rifles that, in calibers that, I mean, it's just kind of cool looking. And when it's short, it's fat, and you think about it, 50 years later, they came out with something else that does basically the same thing. I'm wondering if the 6.5 Rim Mag is going to make a resurgence with the explosion of people shooting 6.5s. I don't think so. I mean, nobody's even making ammo except a couple of places. Remington doesn't make ammo anymore. There's a couple of smaller makers make ammo for it. I think, what is it, Nosler makes a 6. I think Nosler makes one. But it's just, you're going to have to get brass or make brass and hand load it. That's the only way you're really going to find any ammo. Because I guarantee you, if you're buying smaller, runs of ammo from these manufacturers, it's going to be pricey, and I can load it for a lot cheaper. But the fact that it would give me a little bit more oomph than the 6.5 Swede or the Creedmoor or the 260 or some of the other ones, I mean, it would be a neat cartridge and a neat little rifle, a great conversation piece, and just a fun one to shoot. I know it's going to kick more, but I'm used to rifles that do kick more. I just generally prefer my little 6.5 because it's just so handy and light. I mean, really, the rifle weighs like 6.5 pounds. So if I could get a 7-pound 6.5 rim mag, bump my velocity up 250 feet a second with same basic weight bullets, then I would be, I'd be okay with that. All right, well, talk to y'all later. Y'all have a great day. Bye.